we have Chief Electoral Officer Nagaland IAS, Commissioner Nagaland and Returning Officer Sushil Kumar IAS, and Mr. AWO Ki. And now let the time to our Chief Electoral Officer.
The finale, so to speak. And today is not my day, it is the returning officer, one Nagaland PC, who will lead this press conference from here on. Now I request Sushil to sort of take over and do the honors.
Thank you, sir. Respected CEO, Additional CEO, Joint Director IPR, and my dear friends. First of all, thank you for coming here. Out of 60 Assembly constituency, people voted for 40 Assembly constituency, as you all know. Other than this 60 Assembly constituency, the vote casted by the people, we were also having the postal ballot. Postal ballot of two kinds. First, postal ballot casted by the polling officer who were on duty. So they have been given the postal ballot. I will tell the numbers also. And then there are service voters, the people of Nagaland who are in the forces, they are working outside, that is called ETPPS. So total ETPPS, we transmitted 7863. And then I am coming to the counting part. First, EVM count. Altogether, the valid vote, which I will say, valid vote does not include the vote given to the NOTA and rejected vote. Total valid vote, that is EVM count plus postal ballot. Postal ballot I will also give separate figure, but altogether it is 7,59,150, around 7.59 lakh. Out of 7,59,150, the winning candidate, that is Mr. Supongmeren Jamir, he got 4,01,951 votes. The running candidate, Dr. Chumben Murry from NDPP, he got 3,50,967 votes. So winning margin is 50,984 votes. Other than this, we were having three candidates. The independent candidate, Mr. Hayithung Tungoe Lotha, he got 6,232 votes. There was an option of NOTA. NOTA total got 1,646. There are additional category that is rejected vote. The vote could not be counted. It is 2,393. So altogether, if you include the valid votes polled, NOTA, rejected vote, it comes 7.63 lakh. While coming to the postal ballot, I say there are two kind of postal ballot. Postal ballot issued for the polling officer who are duty, that was 1206 number. And out of total ETPPS, we received 4,829. So that means total postal ballot, first and second category, is 6,035. Out of 6,035 postal ballot, the valid postal ballot which we counted is 3,642. 3,642 valid vote, and then 2,393 were rejected, invalid. Out of 3,642 valid postal ballot, Dr. Chumben Murry got 895. Yes, Supongmeren Jamir, he got 2,439. Independent candidate, Mr. Hayithung got 182. NOTA, none of the above option, 126. So this is the detail about the votes which we counted today. The counting is done at the district level, all the EOs, 15 plus 1 and then postal ballot was counted at my office. As of now, we have disclosed all the numbers. Result has been issued, declared. So this is final number, and sir, if there is any question from your side, that can be answered. Thank you.
Sir, what would have been the reason for a huge number of invalid votes in the postal ballots? The 2000 is a huge number, so what were the reasons?
See, I said there are two kinds of postal ballot. One postal ballot issued to the polling officers who are on duty. So there are two parts in that. One is declaration. Declaration consists of the candidate's signature, and then it is attested by any of the vested officer. And then after that there will be a vote ballot. If declaration is missing, if declaration is incomplete, that will also come under the category of invalid. But other than this, when we count ballot, if suppose candidate the person did not mark in any of the option, there is no option, that will also come invalid because you cannot find out the candidate who he has given vote. So this is the invalid category for postal ballot, which were given to the polling officers. For ETPPS, there are two kind of exercise. First, before actual going for the counting of ETPPS, there is a pre-ETPPS exercise. Because we transmit it through electronically, we got the return ETPPS. So get it genuinely, whether this ETPPS is genuine or not, there is a SOP for that. The QR scanner, there are three categories. C is outer envelope, A is again declaration, and B is ballot. So we have to go by the SOP provided by the commission. If the person who is doing the QR scanning, if he is able to scan all three, C, A, B, then it will be valid for counting. If C, A, B is not able, in any of these, A, B is not able to scan, there is a provision, but if any out is missing or something like that, you cannot scan properly, then it will be invalid in the first time. Once we separate the valid invalid, it will again come to the counting table. The same exercise which we do for we did for the postal ballot for polling officer, again we repeat it. Declaration should be properly inside the envelope. After that, postal should be clear that the person is giving vote. So there are so many scrutiny before we go for the actual ballot counting. So these are the criteria where we got so much rejection. Most of them are declaration was not proper, they are missing like that.
Here I just want to know one thing. This total postal ballot 6,035. So here is we have out of these is a quite huge rejection is there 2,393. So what are the rejections? So much of these things. The voters awareness is not properly done or something like that.
See, the postal ballot, as I said, rejection.
Yes.
So basically, there are two things. Declaration, that is called A form A, then ballot, which should be readable. There are only two mistakes here. So most of the postal ballot, either they are not having the declaration or it is not properly signed by the state officer, not signed by the category, not signed by the person who is giving the ballot.
All of this rejection, how many notas are?
See, once it is rejected, we don't count it. It is not counted.
Any untoward incidents witnessed during the day?
During the counting? Nothing. Absolutely. Free of what else.
Just wonder, there are so many allegations that EVMs were manipulated, tampered, so many. So we seeing the trends of the election results today all over the country, it appears they're quite transparent. What to say in Nagaland, in fact, in our context?
See, many times Commission is also clear on that. It cannot be tempered. It cannot be tempered, it's 100% tempered. No doubt on it.
You carried out counting in the eastern areas also, which have not polled any vote today.
See, although there was 0 poll casted, but all the provisions for the counting were done. The commission also appointed observer, they were observer. The counting also were made, and then counting process also gone as per the guideline. Although there was a zero, but whole counting process also completed.
So this still stands with nil vote only.
Yeah. Counting may when you press the control unit, it comes zero, but it has to go through the process to be control unit.
Sir, by what time the counting centers were, closed in the eastern areas?
See, there are two kind of times. First they complete and then they upload on the system. So when they complete, I don't have the information, but when they upload on the portal, that information I have. So by 12:30 they were completed, all completed, system part. But actually they may have completed before that.
The expectation to complete the counting was much earlier, as our CEO has said, but we went little delayed. What could be the reason?
See, EVM you can count very fast. No? The EVM even it was counted I think before 12:31. But when it comes to the ATPBS requires pre-counting exercise. So there were 4,829 ATPBS, and then we are having 20 tables for scanning. So generally in 1 minute you can scan 1.15 on an average ATPBS. So if you divide 4,829 by 1.15, it will come substantial hours. And then we were having 20 tables. So roundabout it's a 4.5 hours, 5 hours time taken for the URS scanning of ATPBS. So that takes a lot of time. After that it will come to the actual counting. That again takes 2.5 hours, 3 hours. So that's why the EVM doesn't take time, but scanning of ATPBS takes time.
If I can add a couple of sentences here. So before we would want to meet you, we thought that all the formalities should be completed. And the Commission's instructions are very clear that instead of focusing on the speed, what we should focus on is the accuracy. So the RO was cutting and dotting. I mean, basically he was ensuring that all the I's are dotted and the T's are cut. And then the declaration of election certificate has also been handed over to the winning candidate. So we thought we let all the formalities get over and then let us meet you. So that is also partly why meeting all of you. Any other questions? Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The CEO's office has drawn up for all